Many of the greatest scientists of all time were borderline quacks. The belief, for example, that Watson and Crick had that DNA had to be a helix. I mean, Jim Watson's somebody I know, and I dealt with for 4 days straight. The reason he beat Rosalind Franklin is that she couldn't spend one day not being a good scientist. She was a good scientist, and he admitted he was not. Okay? But he was convinced it had to be a helix. And from her perspective, it's like, oh, you want to be Linus Pauling, who figured out the alpha helix in proteins. So you're going to take Linus's work and you're going to superimpose it on DNA and explain my Maltese cross. And it's not about male versus female. Absolutely, Jim Watson claims that if Rosalind Franklin had spent one afternoon thinking it was a helix, she would have gotten it before he did. That's an extremely generous, kind, feministic belief. She was a good scientist. He admits he was not a good scientist, but he was a great scientist. And that's the big difference. Great scientists engage in quackery. Kary Mullis taking LSD or getting stoned out of his mind, coming up with the polymerase chain reaction is an example of great science, right? Richard Feynman claiming that a particle takes every possible path it can simultaneously does not make sense. But it's great science. It's not good science.